Over the last couple of days, I've had quite a few comments asking what happens if Johnny wins and what is he likely to get if he does. These kind of cases in the United Kingdom, they don't really go for huge sums of money, which is what we're going to discuss now. So the Metro yesterday, they actually put out an article regarding this, and I thought I'd let everyone know because then people will be able to know exactly what Johnny would get if he wins or if he loses. So it's come from the Metro. The aftermath of the Johnny trial, what happens if he wins or loses? The trial against the Sun News Group newspapers ended on Tuesday after 16 days of shocking accusations against the actor and his ex-wife. It may be weeks or even months before it's decided whether Johnny has won his case. While it may have seemed like Johnny or Amber were on trial, what with the serious allegations levelled at both over the last 3 weeks, neither of the stars are the defendants in this case. It is NGN and the Sun's executive editor, Dan Rutan, that are being sued for libel, and it will come down to what Mr. Justice Nicol decides to be true. So this is the ruling. So Johnny sued NGN and Dan Rutan over an article he published on the 27th of April 2018. And it read, "Gone potty. How can J.K. Rowling be genuinely happy casting Johnny in the new Fantastic Beasts film?" The column referred to J.K. Rowling backing Johnny to remain in the role of Gellert Grindelwald in the Fantastic Beasts sequel, following allegations that he'd done this to her. And to be honest with you, I'm not really a fan of the films. I really do like the Harry Potter films, and I thought these were going to be like, oh, it's going to be good, back in the olden days, Don't get me wrong, they look fantastic. But the stories are kind of meh, And the second one was, I think it was a bit over-plotted. There was a bit too much going on. And they were like saying, we're going to start like a plot point here, but we're not going to finish it. Plot point. But never finished. None of them finished. Let's hope the others are actually better, if they carry on with them. So, Johnny denies all allegations, and in his closing statement, Johnny's lawyer, David Sherborne, said the star was not this, and he accused NGN and Dan Rutan of acting as both judge and jury. Here in the UK, the Sun newspaper, it's absolutely terrible, the Sun newspaper is. I'd probably compare it to the National Enquirer in the States, because everything they post is so outlandish, and it's just to get a sensationalist just for a headline. That's all it is. And Liverpool, here in the UK, they absolutely hate the Sun newspaper because there was an incident, a terrible tragedy that happened years ago called Hillsborough, where the Sun newspaper, they literally went out of their way and they just demolished everything that happened. They were blaming everyone. They were saying horrible things about the people who actually were what happened there. And it's absolutely disgusting. So I do urge you to go and look up Hillsborough. Go and see that, and it'll tell you everything you need to know about the Sun and what type of paper that it is. So, carrying on. The article was not researched at all, and that it was presented in a deliberately and wholly one-sided manner. In this trial, the burden is on the defendants, NGN and Dan Rutan, to prove this story was accurate. Amber acted as their main witness, testifying that Johnny was this towards her on so many different times, which they claim proves their description was accurate. Well, with that, some of their witnesses, they had Amber's sister, Whitney Henriquez, who said that Amber has always been nice to her. She's never laid a finger on her. But we have this video.
You do it.
Did you get in a fight or something?
Oh, thank you. Got into an altercation.
Ow.
I already talked about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I can't believe Amber beat your I know you could beat her.
We're not going to talk about that.
Whitney, truth or dare? Okay, did you really start the fight with your sister, or did she start it? For real.
We're not going to talk about that.
She really did whoop your butt.
Oh, we're not talking about it.
Yeah, I'm done. I guess I'm done talking about it.
That just goes to show that she lied on trial, on the stand. That's perjury. Who knows if anything's going to come of it? This includes thousands of text messages, video footage, testimonies from Depp's former employees and security team, the ones who have all said, actually, she was the one doing this. We saw Elon Musk come in this time. He was here over a week's period, every single night, 11 p.m. till 1 a.m. He used the elevator, the private elevator that is, and he literally just went about his day with Amber. We saw that Amber and him were cuddled up in an elevator together, and they're all denying it happened. Amber's sister and friends, and written statements from Winona Ryder and Vanessa Paradis, both of Johnny's exes. He was with Vanessa for a long, long time. He has 2 children with her. So, this is it now. What will happen if Johnny wins or loses? British libel law is widely considered to favour the claimants, like Johnny. But if he wins his case against NGN, he won't actually be winning that much money. Damages in these cases brought in England and Wales usually have an upper limit of £300,000. But damages for distress and vindication in the High Court really go above £100,000. I'm going to put on a screen now how much these would be in dollars compared to today's rates. That's what we got. So, if Johnny wins, NGN will have to pay his legal costs, and damages could be higher if the actor convinces the court that his career has been harmed by these allegations. Well, for that, Pirates of the Caribbean 4 on Stranger Tides, Johnny was paid $55 million. He was also paid between $50 and $60 million for Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Dead Men Tell No Tales. That's one that came out a few years ago. And after that one, he was signed on to do 2 more Pirates of the Caribbean films, which reportedly he would have been paid $90 million. $90 million for 2 films. And we don't know if any of that includes back-end deals, which would be like if the film made over $500, $600, $700 million, he would get a percentage. Like every dollar after $700 million, he gets 50 cents, something like that. So we don't know if those are included. If they were, and those films made a ton of money, which to be honest with you, because of what's going on at the moment and how many people are out there supporting Johnny, it would be a big film. Well, big series of films. But that's what it would be. So if he can prove that he does win and he does say, well, you've cost me $90 million because of this. And again, if anything does happen, that for some unknown reason he does get let go from the Fantastic Beasts series, he can prove it because they've actually used J.K. Rowling and his name here. So now we go on to what happens if the actor loses. He will have to pay both his and the son's legal costs, which will likely be more than the damages he would receive if he won the case. Mr. Sherborne, though, said in his closing statement that the case wasn't about the damages, saying what is important to Mr. Depp is clearing his name of these allegations, expanding on it as it has been over the last 4 years, as a result of which he has lost nothing less than everything, he would say. When I say he's lost everything, to him, obviously everything is his reputation. This is not about money, this is vindicating him. However, it has been suggested by many that even if Johnny wins his claim, he's lost in the grand scheme of things with this name over his head on a global scale by the trial and the details of his private life. So, with all of that there, it's kind of sad, and what they say by here actually, you know, Mark Stevens, media lawyer at legal firm Howard Kennedy, told The Hollywood Reporter, it almost beggars belief that anyone rational has taken this case to court. At some level, mud sticks. Which is very true, and it's actually very, very sad, because I love the Pirates of the Caribbean films. I absolutely do. I loved him in Nightmare on Elm Street as Glenn. That's when I first saw him, so I'm literally talking like the early 90s. I was born in 1986. My sister is a couple of years older than me. She showed me that film because, again, that's what older siblings do. They torture their young ones. And that was my first thing. Then it was Edward Scissorhands. Then obviously, kind of in the mid-90s, it kind of disappeared a little bit. But I remember him in a film called Nick of Time, which I actually really enjoyed. And then obviously the Pirates films hit and he skyrocketed. And his name, well, up until all this happened, so 2016, so around then when all this started coming out, from 2001 to then, he was kind of untouchable because it was Pirates of the Caribbean, all those films. You had the Sweeney Todd, you had Willy Wonka, Mad Hatter. He started playing all these kooky characters which kind of were like Jack Sparrow, but on different levels. And with all of that, it's just sad to see that if this turns out that he has actually been telling the truth and she's been lying throughout this entire ordeal, then that's just horrible because, like they said there, mud sticks. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.